Welcome back to another Scary Jerry's Scary Reviews. That's right. Today we are taking a look at a movie that has gone down in the annals of history of Troma. You have to dig down deep. Maybe with toilet paper, reach up in there and you pull out Troma's Buttcrack. That's right, not Lloyd's asshole, but Troma's Buttcrack. Now, unlike popular rumors, this is not a remake of Ingmar Bergman's Shithole. No, this is Troma's Buttcrack. So, Troma's Buttcrack stars two people who play Brian and Wade. Brian is played by Doug Siskowski, and Wade by Caleb Krishner. These are the only credits they have. Maybe one other independent film with the same director. Maybe. I haven't seen that. So, what is the story of Troma's Buttcrack? Well, Buttcrack is the story of Wade, who is an overweight, annoying slob who loves Atari. And this takes place in the 90s, mind you, so an Atari system would have been at least 10, maybe even 20 years out of date. So, he is an annoying roommate to Brian, and Brian just wants to be with his girlfriend, and Wade keeps interrupting. That's all I will say. I'm not going to give any more of that away, mainly due to the fact that the movie is only 67 minutes. So the movie is very quick. You can watch it. Very quickly. I was trying to think of another word and I can't think of it, but it goes by at a brisk pace. Now, what makes this movie interesting is it was apparently done around the late 90s. But what's weird is that it has an early to mid-90s feel to it. And once you see the movie, you'll see what I'm saying. You'll understand what I'm saying, because toward the late 90s, the pastel colors were kind of going out, and the neon was going out, and it was starting to be darker colors, like think NWO, where it was black, gray, and that started to dominate toward the end of the 90s. And while this movie was, according to the byline at the end, it was filmed in 97, it feels like it was filmed way earlier. But anywho, the crux of this is, if you can see it on here in the big explosion, right there. Let's see, right there. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, soundtrack by Mojo Nixon. Mojo Nixon plays Preacher Man Bob in this. Mojo Nixon also is a name you might be familiar with and not even know it. Besides being the head of a bunch of rockabilly bands, he is also Toad in Super Mario Bros. The movie. I'm not kidding. That's why I say this movie is weird. Because if you look at Mojo Nixon in this movie, and you look at him in Super Mario Bros. Movie, he looks younger, I believe, in this movie, and sounds different in this movie than he does in Super Mario Bros. So, it seems, to me, at least in my mind, this came first, but the byline says it doesn't, so that's why I'm a little confused there. So, I think I've hit everything. Oh, before I forget, there are a lot of features on here. There's an audio commentary with the director and the producer. There is a funny little skit in which Lloyd, at the beginning, Lloyd introduces the movie, and that's extremely funny. But there's an interview with Mojo Nixon, radio interviews, regular interviews, all types of stuff on Buttcrack. What I will warn you is I watched mine on an Xbox One with a 4K TV. Now what that does is that makes, if this is the screen, it does about right here. So half the screen is taken up by the picture because of how old the format is and due to the how big TVs are now, basically. But the cool part about this is that, well, not cool part, but I really hope this gets released on Blu-ray by either Troma directly or Vinegar Syndrome. I have to say, this is up there with one of my favorite Troma films. I watched it for the first time today, and I absolutely thought it was hysterical. Now, if you look for it, you will find stuff from the 90s in there. There's a Ren and Stimpy, I don't know if they're bath toys or shampoo and soap containers, which I thought was kind of cute. There's also, and I want to mention my favorite joke in the whole movie. So, my favorite joke in the whole movie is that Wade wants to go see Hackman 4. Because in the first 3 Hackman movies, he killed people with a shovel. In this one, he kills them with a rake. Okay, sorry. Yeah. My favorite joke in this movie is when Wade wants to go see Hackman 4. Why does he want to see Hackman 4? Because Hackman 1 through 3, he killed people with a shovel. Hackman 4, he kills people with a rake. And to me, that was hysterical, because I'm a huge slasher fan, and that sounds about right with some of those slasher franchises. So, I also want to state apologies if you hear noises. There's a cat outside. We had a really bad ice storm, and it's just now getting warm enough to where things are melting, so it might be falling off the roof. And our furnace is going because it's winter. So, apologies for all the noise if there is background noise, if you can hear it. If you can't, awesome. Great. If you can, I apologize. So, back on topic, Buttcrack. Do I recommend it? Yes. I recommend Buttcrack. Go to tromadirect.com, pick up a copy of this. Usually, it's $10 to $15, I believe. Or you can find Troma at any of their conventions. Usually they have a copy of this. Again, this is probably one of my favorite Troma distributed movies. That's the best way to describe it, because technically Troma distributed it, but it had nothing to do with Lloyd or Michael Hers or anybody like that. They just distributed it. But this ranks up there. So if I were to rank the direct DVD movies of theirs I've seen, I'd say Mr. Bricks is probably first, followed by this. So, at least of what I've seen so far. So yeah, Buttcrack, I recommend it. Pick up a copy, watch it, and again, at 97 minutes, it just goes by like that. So, remember, this has been Scary Jerry. Stay spooky, stay scary, take care. See you next time, folks.